Everybody, we are here a little bit late. I apologize for a little technical difficulties and getting late, but you know, it's under the tree, and we back under the tree, back where we normally meet, under the tree. This is where everybody can come and have a chat. So if you see me do a little flap like this, that means the mosquito, under the tree. So we try and do it. First things first, Melanie, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh boy, let me tell you all something. Melanie,
Mm-hmm.
you know something?
Mm-hmm.
I feel so good today. This is the day I feel good. I don't understand. You think something special happened?
I don't know. Is it?
I feel good, man. I don't know why. You ever had like when you feel good, like songs just come to your mind and you feel
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I
That's
want.
a real happy mood.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you think that's a blessing? And
Happiness is a blessing.
man,
It's
listen.
rare
You
that
know,
people
you
are
know,
happy
you
these
know,
days. So
you know the song. All my life I've been faithful. All my life I've been so good. Man, I feel so good. You won't believe.
wow,
Every breath that I have taken, I will sing of the goodness. Man, listen, I feel good today, folks.
had a very good week.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
excellent.
I wake up today and you gotta be thankful and grateful. I always say how beautiful. I ride down the coast coming down,
Mm-hmm.
and I see all the people in the water and the kids happy man, listen, listen, you gotta, man, listen. Bahamas is a beautiful place. You know that's my favorite talk,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so beautiful to be alive.
Yep, it is.
And so people just make yourself. You be happy. I go. The day I go on a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I go on a wedding this morning.
That's why you're looking so sharp in this
Yeah,
shop.
yeah, 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 yeah. You got to put on your.
And what is called is the blue marlin
Yeah,
shirt.
yeah. I gotta run the fish in the water. So you gotta do what you gotta do sometime. But I've been to a wedding this morning, and then one guy who I mentor get married, and I was so
Okay.
excited about that because at least he get married. He ain't fooling around. So I want to put the picture up. His name is Richardo Woodside. He's one of those paramedic armor driver, and I want to congratulate to him and his wife. Send that congratulation note to them. They going tired or not. But and then our topic is man and how to motivate man and how a woman. Well, anyway, we can get to that. But talking about this bride and this groom, I don't know much of her.
Okay.
So I can't speak too much of that. But
But you know him well.
I can speak on him.
Okay.
Well, I only could hope is he took some of that good old teaching I gave him, so he could, because marriage is honorable and the marriage will last a long time. And I had a conversation with him. I'll share with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to know this conversation because I want everybody to know this. You know, in a relationship, I could give you,
Mm-hmm.
if I was 100, I give you 50%.
Okay.
And you put the next 50. That
Mm-hmm.
makes 100.
Okay.
But in relationship, do you think that's a fool man's thought?
I don't know.
I think so I don't never get a kind of advice.
What advice do you
Because
give?
I was 100, I can give you 50.
You can give the whole 100.
I can't give you all of me.
Well, you don't want to give 50, so how much do you
No,
want to
I keep
give?
the 100
Uh-huh.
and you keep your 100.
Uh-huh.
And we work that together.
Okay.
Ain't giving, why should I give half of me?
You should give all of you.
No, no, the Bible say what? Man, say what?
A man that find a wife found
A
a
good
good
thing.
thing. Yeah.
So the woman should get 100.
Because he found her.
He found her.
Okay.
She be submissive. She should be love caring. She should treat him well. So, see, this is the truth. Now let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want nobody calling me talking. Because see, I don't want people to talk foolishness. I talk sense here. Because when you give yourself to me, you give me the whole 100. You give me your 100.
Completely.
All of you.
Mm-hmm.
You become me. So
Mm-hmm.
we come strength now because it's 100 and 100 is 200. We got the whole strength. We waking together and we got everything together.
So she give
Me
all of her to
to me,
you.
we come one.
And what do you do?
I do the whole taking care of.
So you don't give her all of
No, I
you?
don't have to give her nothing. She gets everything because she's a 100% part of me, and I'm 100% part of her.
Okay,
You got that?
I hear you.
Yeah. Some people got it a different way, but I got it that way, and I know I can get licked for it, but I don't mind. That's the best way to do it, and that's what my advice to him, buddy. You take this woman out out of mother house, so you responsible for this woman. The woman ain't responsible for nothing. You got it now?
That's interesting. It
Yeah.
it it it, it kind of sounds like something that you've been contradicting for a bit, but now you get it right today.
Yeah, no, you contradict sometimes. Sometimes you contradict. You could just have a decent conversation.
Oh,
And so
okay.
I
So
explained.
basically, on those occasions, you were being the devil's
Yeah,
advocate.
yeah, I was
Today,
trying to.
you're being real.
Yeah, I
Okay.
you belongs to me, and
So
not in a
today is a good day for true then.
yeah, not in a way where people say you the man make you stupid. And you now come stupid, and he got you cooking. It's a good thing when a woman cook for a man. It's a good thing when a woman take care of a man. It's a good thing because a man supposed to reciprocate. He's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to take care of the whole woman,
Yeah, yeah.
not financially. We all of it. See, women come to change the world, but they're going to work.
Okay.
Women want to be independent. Women want
You,
to do this.
you.
Man supposed to do that. That's what mess up the world anyway. Yeah, that's cost me. Yeah, you shaking the head. I know that's trouble coming. I know when I
Because
see
you
trouble.
act, but the thing is, you act as if women are the ones who set the pace as it relates to going out there.
Mhm.
You know that
Woman ain't
there
supposed to be out
are
there.
some men who will not have a woman who doesn't work. In many marriages, men walk after the woman stop working.
Yeah, but the truth of the matter is this: a woman shouldn't be asking a husband. Now we ain't talking
Mm-hmm.
about we talking about husband.
Mm-hmm.
A husband for money.
She shouldn't be.
No, a woman who marries a husband.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said last week it's important for a woman to become complete before she come to a man.
Mm-hmm.
She has to be ready and understand her role that when she comes to this man, she's given herself.
Well, when you said that, you know
Mhm.
what I thought? I was gonna agree with you, but
Mhm.
I hope I am agreeing to the right thing.
No, we
And
ain't talking
that
about
is,
submissive thing,
she
foolishness.
shouldn't have to ask him. He should voluntarily give without her
He
having to
should
ask.
be the king of the house.
Right,
And
caring and looking after everything.
his job, it should be provider, comforter,
Hmm.
you name it. Her job is to take care of him.
Mm,
Her focus will be just him.
mm,
And his job is to focus and take care of everything. Even if he got to bring the money home and say,
hmm.
honey, here, you take it to the home. Even if he, see, it might sound old school and old fashioned,
Hmm.
but when a man takes care of his woman,
Uh-huh.
he only get results,
Okay.
good results, right? And
So in the situation where the woman then is not getting that kind of good result, even though she's doing her part,
mhm.
you're now going to tell the woman how to get the fire under him to get him moving.
Yeah, and come right back to our
Topic
show.
for today. Yeah.
Yeah, how we get these man started,
Hmm.
how you put some fire under them. How they, there's some men, majority I believe, got fire them already. They just have a woman who taking the fire from them.
Okay.
You know, y'all could be a little hard when you're ready. Y'all believe in taking the fire from man. See, because the new Western world has changed the game.
The new Western world.
Yeah, the
Okay,
West
let's hear more.
has changed the game because they They want the woman to be independent.
Mhm.
They want the woman to go and have her own.
So let me ask, who's
Mm.
the they that you're
The
referring
Western
to?
world, not this, the European, the West,
Who really,
America.
who are the decision makers in the Western world? Is it men or women?
In the Western world,
Women are just showing up in
woman,
leadership.
yeah, but it's just see, woman has so much power with her mouth.
Okay.
Unbelievable. You can manipulate a situation with your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
If you they call it a gift of gab.
The gift of the gab.
And
Okay.
a lot of women got that gift of gab.
Mm-hmm.
And so they could have you going their way, and woman, we were talking straight up, woman could use the gift of uh-huh, the gift of the sexual movement and get you going where they're going to. Women are very crafty at that. But we don't want to get into that side. We talking about man today. We talking about strengthening man,
Okay.
and the beauty of man and the love of man and the man. See, there's some men who love women.
Okay.
Now we talking about real love. Now we talking about the whole total man now.
Mm-hmm.
Real love. And there's some woman who has some type of way that we're gonna somehow put these men in place and show them who's the boss. There's some
Mm.
woman there. I give you some names. I ain't afraid to call names. Want me to call one? Shock you. The whole Bahamas be shocked. You see that one? Uh, I think the woman called, I can't remember full name. Oh, I can give you one who I talking about. She's a minister of housing. Um, something Kobe. Yeah, she got a big mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and she tried to dominate man. She don't understand that come down the road to bite you.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. You ever listen to her? Give a minute. The gift of God. She got a real good gift. Why am you breathing? Why you breathing now? Because I call her name.
I don't
I ain't
really.
afraid to
I
call her name.
no, no, it's okay. I don't
She
really.
try to dominate man.
I don't really know her, but I've seen her um in action within her role in the government, and what I see is a confident woman who knows what she's doing.
She's not. It's not. She's confident, but she's not only confident. She's very aggressive. And when you become,
You be- So
gone,
she's happily married, isn't she?
you could be happily married. There's nothing wrong with
So
being happily
with
married.
her being like
And I
that,
call her name. Mean to
you're
call her
saying
name
that
now.
because her husband probably can appreciate
Well,
an assertive, you call aggressive, but assertion
well,
is, when a woman is strong, she's confident, she knows what it is that she is there to do, and she expresses
no,
it with
no, no,
confidence.
no. Yes, that is true. But when you see, let me break this down. See, I got to go break this down too. When uh, when you want something to work
Mm-hmm.
and work in a setting and work according to everybody involvement.
Mm-hmm.
If I asked you, uh, see, yeah, answer, it's like an answer and call. It can't work without someone, watch now, listening and someone speaking.
Okay.
So if
Yeah,
you, yeah,
communication,
communication,
that two
that's the
way.
way it works.
Mm-hmm.
But when you dominate gap, 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 and you got all the answer for everything, there's nobody could help you. You on your own.
Okay.
And I found that she is that type of individual. She always gap, 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 gap. See, let me say it why I say this. And I don't want to talk politics. I just want to say it. I have studied a little bit from the
Mm-hmm.
first time she stepped at my door.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's your
Yeah.
representative.
But the
Okay.
first time she stepped at my door, I realized that this woman ain't gonna listen to nobody. That's my
Mm.
first impression.
She might have been excited.
No, she's not excited. And I don't want to have my show based on her. But
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know
Mm-hmm.
she is one of the type of woman I'm talking about who don't understand her role. See, you cannot just yap 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 yap. You have to listen.
Okay, we have a comment from Vernita Kelly. Hi, Vernita.
Hey,
I
Juanita.
think Vernita's in Texas.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Mhm.
And basically, you'd already call names. And she say LOL. Don't call names.
Okay.
LOL.
Okay.
But she says that it's all about perspective, cultural influences, and how someone is raised or has been socialized to think is what really influences who they are in terms of, how they portray themselves.
Mhm. But in a relationship, this is what we're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and a good man, you will kill his spirit
If you don't
if you don't
allow,
allow him to
yeah,
speak.
yeah, that
And
that
that's what,
that
yeah,
that
that's what I'm talking
chain
about.
of
Communication
communication,
goes
as you
both
say,
ways.
yeah.
And that communication is the key.
Mm-hmm.
And not talking about the woman. Let's go back. Let's talk here.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're talking about men. If a woman don't apply the right way to approach, your man will not even move the way he's supposed to because
Mm-hmm.
he feels he's being dominated.
Right.
That's why going down that road with that.
Okay.
Yeah. And so a man, to get him motivated,
Mm-hmm.
you have to then know his MO. Know exactly,
Understand,
understand
yeah, understand the
what
type of
makes him
person you're
text,
dealing
what
with, yeah.
makes him chat. See, because if you talk him the wrong way,
Mm-hmm.
all you're gonna get is resistance.
Resistance or withdrawal,
And a lot
and
of
it don't take much for y'all to do a U-turn and walk out the
exactly
door.
in a lot of relationship, this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Where men, what we call it, shuts off, men cut you totally. Because they think that you winding in my ear. Wow, wow, wow. So I don't want that
Sign
one.
of the woman on the
Yeah,
rooftop, tap,
yeah.
tap, tap, tap. That constant tap the Bible talk
So he
about.
has to have self, and he has to have self worth. He has to be a person who have realized that he value himself. See, most men have an issue that we don't understand. Most men have an issue. I don't know if you ever had a situation where you have a husband. You was married before, right? And you had a husband. We always push the woman in front. Like you do it. I would just give you the money and you do it. You know why that happens
Some
most men?
men are like that, not all men.
Majority of men. And not that they want to watch this, folks, not that they want to give you the money, You know they
What
want to
is
give it
it?
is that to shut your mouth up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because
Now that explains why I didn't have that
yeah,
experience, because
see,
I wasn't a yap yap
yeah,
kind of
see,
person.
see, if you continue to beat me, I'm trying to do my best.
Mm-hmm.
And at a point, I can shut up. And this would cause a lot of marriages going bad or break up because the man feel like, oh, she won't be the boss. And in most in Christian, I got it. Most in Christian relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and Christians wonder why their relationship doesn't work because they say we pray,
Mm-hmm.
we worship together,
Mm-hmm.
we both supposed to be Christians, we both go to church.
Mm-hmm.
So why we break up?
That's a good question.
Okay, most times the man reads the Bible, and the Bible says woman should be submissive.
Mm-hmm.
And so his background teaching and belief is that this woman's supposed to be submissive.
Mm-hmm.
Most time the teaching controls the man.
The
The
teaching
doctrine,
of the
the way he sit
church.
under, yeah, the teaching of the church
Okay.
controls the man. So he goes home and he shuts off because he believed by him shutting off
Mm-hmm.
and be more quiet, you will then have the reign to do what you got to do.
Okay.
But what men should do, good men, suppose the word say rein you in, you know the word? That's on the
Mm-hmm.
hard word.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
rein you in and say, honey, hold on now, sit down, let's talk. But men, woman can't get man talk. And they say, man, don't talk. That's what women say. All man don't talk. You have to make them talk. No, man could find a sweetheart. He could talk to her, right? So he could talk. He could go on the outside and find a sweetheart. You have to talk to the sweetheart.
Mhm.
You have to talk to the sweetheart to get a sweetheart. You think he can't talk. The point is that he finished talking with you because you know it. You know everything. See,
Okay. And he
woman,
realized he can't get a word in
I can't get a word in.
edgewise.
Can't get a word in because you know too much. So,
Okay.
so, so to get men motivated, most times, woman has to be a little more humble. But woman has to make men take the lead. That's what I was talking.
Mm.
Woman has to make them take the lead. You have to say, well, honey, you know what? I can stay here. You go. See, too long, woman takes the lead.
Okay.
Our show today is how we get him motivated.
Mhm.
We then has to let him take the lead. That's the first stage. You gotta let him be the man.
Okay.
You gotta humble yourself and
Lead on
let
it.
him lead.
Okay.
He's gonna make some mistakes. He's gonna crash. He's gonna. That's a part of him being mature and growing, right? And then woman has a tendency to pick his clothes, pick his this. You know you're
Really?
what? Oh, she whatever she cooks in the pot, he comes home and eat. Men eat out the pot because they don't want to be ungrateful. But most times they don't want wood in the pot. But we accept it. Because if we say what's going on with the pot,
Mhm.
it can be a problem because you're gonna say, as a woman, I ain't cooking tomorrow.
Wow.
And a woman should cook for a man. Because the more you make a man feel you love him, the more he shows love.
And
And
cooking is one way of doing that.
yes, because you should cook for a man. See, okay, see, let me see this. Let me see how you do this. It's not old school. A woman should do what she has to do for a man.
Mm-hmm.
And a man should take care of the woman. There's a whole it's a package deal. It comes most times in the world today. See, woman should never listen to her. You don't listen to your mother because of you and your husband. You don't listen to your mother. You listen to your husband. Your husband listen to you. Listen to you. When you listen to see your mother don't know what going on in your house. She only know what somebody tell her. And on top of that, don't listen to your friends neither, because your friend don't even know what's going on between you. Because a friend has her own issue over there. She bringing her style of life over here. That don't work. Your own individuals. You do your own thing. Men, motivating men. In today's most of today's men, woman calls them lazy, which is true. Which is true. It is 100% true.
100%?
100% true. Man lazy.
Okay.
And the reason man ladies, you all woman making them lazy because you all woman would not make them responsible. You take them in, you marry them, you cook for them, you clean for them.
But isn't
You,
that the role of the woman?
that's the watch me now. That is the role. But here's the problem. If you don't make him responsible, he will sit there and take all these things you do. You could do the world for this man, and this man will just eat and belch, and he will not even clean the dishes.
Wow.
So you, woman, you are the real problem
So how do you change that?
because woman has to now take their role. Now you know what their role is now. I know you're gonna make.
Go ahead. Go
I,
ahead.
I can blame
Go
the
ahead.
woman because if you are a woman and you pick up the hammer
Mm-hmm.
and put the nail in the door that's fallen
Mm-hmm.
off,
Mm-hmm.
why are you doing that?
Because he ain't doing it.
You know why you ain't doing it?
Why? Because
Because
I,
go on, I listen
I
to you.
smiled because here it is now.
Mhm.
You ask him to do it once. he
Yeah.
doesn't do it. You ask him to do it twice, he doesn't do it. When you ask him the third time, he get annoyed. You're nagging. That's your complaint. Why you don't stop nagging me? We have Deontay McGregor,
Mm.
Anthony's, and Tony
Hello,
joined
hello.
us
Good to see
and
you. Good to
greeted
join you.
us.
Oh, I
Yes.
can start this up right now. Go back on your conversation. You're not going to call him 3 times.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so so women, after asking, and it becomes, she see it's a trend that I have to ask him something 3 times before he do it, and then when I ask him the third time, is like, you knew already, tell me that, you think I stupid or what? But you ain't do it yet, and it ain't like it was 3 times in the same day. Sometimes it's 3 times over 3 months.
Could I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
So, if I ask you to cook for me, I ask you to cook for me,
Mm-hmm.
and you cook
Mm-hmm.
all the time I ask you.
Mm-hmm.
So, why you couldn't stop cooking?
The thing about it is, you asking me the question, so I answer it on a
Yeah, yeah,
personal
yeah.
level. The only time you have to ask me to cook is if you want something special, because routinely I will cook.
Okay.
Because as you mentioned earlier in the discussion,
Mhm.
as we walk together, as we grow together, I learn you. I know I learn the things that you
Mm.
like,
Mm.
and so I seek to make sure that you feel like a prince or a king or whatever it is of the castle every day,
Okay.
because that's what love is, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. So, let's go back to the door.
Mm-hmm.
If I love you and you ask me to put a nail in the door,
Mm-hmm.
I can put the nail in the door
Mm-hmm.
because I love you.
Right.
Okay. When you have to ask a man,
To put it in.
put it in 3 and 4 times,
Mm-hmm.
then he ain't no man.
But guess what? You give him 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to ask you, and that's your house, I
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't have to ask you, because just how you don't have to ask me to cook, I shouldn't have to
That's
ask
why.
you.
That's why I went to the cook. All right. So you don't have to ask a man, a real good man. He mightn't see it,
Mm-hmm.
so you have to bring it to his attention.
Right.
But once he says attention, his reply should be, "Honey, I can't do it tomorrow, but give me a chance. I can sort it out."
Mm-hmm.
Most times, you know the problem. Women want it done now because that's how you all wired. Man are not wired that way.
Okay.
So man will say, "Okay, honey, I can get it,"
Mm.
but you will consistently beat him because women are wired to nag. And I can say this most men, when I ready, I can get to it.
So there is an element of rebellion,
Majority of
because
times.
because I don't know how to wait.
Right. And I trying to teach you how to wait. Most men say, I can do it when I ready.
But
Which is probably the wrong approach.
exactly, I
Right.
was just about to say
But
that.
but little tack. Remember that word?
Tact.
You gotta have the little tack. See, remember
And
you motivating the man now.
yeah.
So you gotta change this how should I say this aggressive dogmatic way.
Yeah.
Um, boy, you gotta do this. House falling down here. No, you gotta now use tact. You gotta love, bring love to the forefront. You have to say, honey, you know, you talk about motivating the man. Honey, I know you're tired. I know you got all these things going on, but I really, really need this screw right now because I can't do this work properly. I need screw the door because I can't lift this door every time I walk in. It's stressing me out. See, you got to use the time because when you trying to dominate man, man is going to rebel. He going to rebel in silent. Woman going to rebel with a mouth. You'll be Jesus of the cross. But man he's gonna pick his time.
Mm.
And most times men don't have self confidence.
Mm.
See, you bring in a man from a home where mother do everything for him. Mother do everything for him. Mother wash his clothes, mother cook, mother clean, do that. So you have to motivate him. You have to let him know that He's the greatest husband that you love him dearly. You want him to do. You want him to succeed. You want this marriage to work. So much time, friends, bring death on your marriage. Child, my husband over there, he's so distant. He died. I had to come out of the house. Why are you bringing this over here? See, so you have to like know when to stop certain things. Say, hold on, my husband, he takes care of me, even if he doesn't. So you have to change the atmosphere. I was talking about the word atmosphere, and when and I remember the conversation with my dear sister in Freeport. She's a reverend now,
Mm-hmm.
and she told me one time, I didn't realize that my husband was a good man. She say I just used to strong arm him so much and push him and push him and push him and be taking charge. And I understand that's what women do. Women push a good man. That's what they say. But a good man don't have to be pushed.
No, but he needs to be supported.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah, support it.
Mm-hmm.
And so she told me this. She said, you know, I learned a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things along the way. You cannot dominate man and then expect a man to do.
Yeah, as I remember and I repeated that oftentimes we only go by the template that we saw in our experience, our parents growing up, or if it wasn't your parents, your auntie. And unfortunately, there aren't as many positive role models of marriage
Mm-hmm.
and relationship as
Mm.
there are negative. So when you talk about the neighbor coming over and complaining about the husband,
Yeah.
but you have people that are bold enough to actually meddle in your thing. They look at you have a good thing going on and oh, he got her like a slave. Mind you, she is doing it because she loves this man and she wants to please him and do what will create a happy atmosphere for her family. But the negative
Mm-hmm.
neighbor or whoever, or even co-workers, because you have women like to share and compare notes.
Yeah.
And if someone says, oh, I I how you feeling today? Oh, I'm so good. What happened? That man make me so mad this morning, and the conversation goes from there. And before you know it, a small little misunderstanding now, because whatever, all the negativity comes pouring. No one ever says, oh, but that's not a big deal. Back in the
Mm.
day, my grand aunt and those say, honey, don't worry about that. He probably only was having a bad moment, or
Mm-hmm.
just let it slide,
Just like,
but not today. Everybody has their breastplate, shield, and armor ready for
oh
war.
yeah, it's always. But now I'm gonna take it off the woman now. I can
Mm-hmm.
put it totally on the man. I can
Mm-hmm.
make
Mm-hmm.
see. I'm gonna have a conversation with you based on man and what the man, how we can motivate him. There's some things we gotta know about him. Things we that's what I'm gonna do. Keep it on man now.
Okay.
Okay, no woman no what.
Put the
Okay,
fire under them to
and
get them moving
and
as
and
you desire.
and my audience out there,
Mm-hmm.
especially women now, you must take note. Get a pen, because these are crucial things, and you must be ready. This is what we come today to learn.
Okay.
See, most men that y'all not realizing are going through stuff. See, men hides and lie a lot, and you might wonder why in your relationship your man ain't motivated, or you can't get him motivated, and you trying everything in your power, and you trying to push him to the forefront because you want him in the forefront. You want him to be the man. You want him this, and don't matter what you do, it ain't working. So you yourself now have to do some investigations. You have to then find out if this man on autopilot. Some men will be on autopilot. an autopilot just going through the motion. They letting it run.
Mm.
Wherever this relationship go, I going. Because they ain't motivated enough. They just trying to get through because they hiding some stuff.
Mm.
There's too much. There's too much things they hiding. Let me give you what I meant. They tell you they make $1,000 and they making 500.
Mm.
So they're trying to stay behind because they know they can't afford the way we live in. But I just going through this and lying my way through and making it seems good and happy and everything going good. You wouldn't be surprised to know how many men can't afford where they at to take care of a woman. But they on autopilot. They just go in. They don't even understand the woman. They never try to understand the woman. So they on autopilot. They just go on with the motions. And then on top of that, you'd be surprised to know where these men came from. Broken relationships. They carrying baggage. And there's so many baggage. So they go to work every day like normal people. They bring home little, but they could do more because they worrying about, well, if I give you this money and I bring this money home and my previous relationship, woman spent all my money, I ain't doing it. They got all this baggage. So you has to know your man and you have to learn some stuff. That's the only way you can motivate him. And then some of these men, not telling you, they depress. They depress the state they in. They depress the woman they with. Listen now. Listen where I going with this. They depress of the woman they with. And the woman who they with might be not the one that they love because they marry you 10 years, 15 years ago. You mightn't be the one that was interested in married to. They do it because you have a baby and then we get pregnant, so they just do. Or I know your family and we cool. Or you had some money and I just so so
All the wrong reasons.
so men, when you see them not getting fired up and not motivated enough to do things, and they have so many baggage that you has to go back and try to work with them. See, this is what I'm talking about. Instead of you sitting there rowing everything and blah, and pushing, you need to stop that. Because all that doing is pushing the man away from you and away from not motivating, elevating. And go on.
That
Mhm.
is that is
Mhm.
I guess I'd say a sad reality in a lot of cases. And that's probably why the common belief is that men don't talk. So
Mhm.
if you're depressed, if you are carrying baggage, that means that lady has a whole lot of work to do. And above all, it definitely requires her to kind of like be a little more observant and a little tuned into. Now, when the woman come and ask you now, and she is really interested in
Mhm.
helping you to overcome the hurdle that you are facing, when she asks, most men have a tendency to push away and say, "Oh, I good, I all right," you know. But you see them silence, and silence doesn't always mean contentment.
Mhm.
It is, like you say, they're burying or hiding, covering up a
Hiding.
lot of past hurts and stuff.
Yep.
So, what kind of advice you have for such a man? Because a woman can't really tap into a man unless he opens up and let her in.
I can give you some. I'm gonna give you some of the reason why I say men are depressed, and then I answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to trend. Men are one of the reasons men are depressed. If a man, let me give you, if a man married a woman and a woman supposed to be this bubbly, sexy, hot chick,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
Before he married, that's what he married.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute she becomes the wife,
Mm-hmm.
she tail off. Because it happens because children comes along, she got a responsibility, she tails off. See, man never tails off. Man increases.
That's interesting.
Yeah. His 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 sex life increases and all.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he want more. But you trying to slow him down. Because
Well,
so much things going on.
I just was gonna
Yeah.
say,
You got so much so
you, I just wanna
go ahead.
just kind of qualify it,
Qualify
because
it.
you're saying that the man soars
Yeah.
whilst the woman declines.
Yeah.
And the only thing I want to say is it's almost like a natural process, it's not a conscious process.
Mhm.
So to say you trying would suggest that she knows what she's doing, but oftentimes women are not aware. So this is a good forum to
Mhm.
make this particular contrast more
Mhm.
known to our viewers and whoever
And
else,
you know what?
because honestly,
Uh-huh.
you said that and it was like a light bulb went off in my head, because women are not aware, and it's not something that is taught,
No, it's not taught.
it's not something that is exemplified, it's something that is lived. And that is why communication is so important between the two
But
individuals. So when
communication.
the woman approaches the
Mhm.
man now needs to be willing to open up. This is your wife, she's supposed to be your best friend, your confidant, and your chief cheerleader.
Yeah.
So you got to be able, in order for your relationship to blossom, it requires both parties to truly give their best. Listen, communicate, support, embrace, do whatever needs to be done.
Mhm. But most see when I say men sexual life increase,
Mm-hmm.
see, and if you not meeting that need of his own,
Mm-hmm.
that started an apple. This a little apple, the red apple.
Mm-hmm.
It cuts in four pieces, and a quarter of it gone
Mm-hmm.
because now he starts thinking. But when I first met you, you used to be all over me.
Yeah.
You used
And
to,
and and so the key is for him to tell her that what has changed, honey. This
Mhm.
is how you used to be. Why is it that, and it could be something that she discovered or learned about you. And if she is honest, and that is key too, if you really want to grow in a relationship, it is very important that you communicate honestly,
But it only
so that both parties can grow together. And the growth is guaranteed if you keep the communication open, if you stay honest.
but only one way does it go.
Mm-hmm.
See, once the relationship start going one way,
Mm-hmm. Downhill.
yeah, because it's going one way because woman has a tendency, and I don't want to talk about the woman. They have a tendency to say these words. Um, I doing all this, no, waking up, and I got so much things to do, and you, here's the catch. That's one way communication.
Um,
See, communication can't be one way.
no.
So if you sit here crying and crying,
Mm-hmm.
but you ain't pull your partner or your
And ask for some help.
and ask for help,
Mm-hmm.
but you complaining because now this is your husband and this is your role, and you trying to work it through,
Mm-hmm.
and your husband like saying he going help because now he's complaining because your time, what you doing, cooking, cleaning, and taking care of children.
Mm-hmm.
I won't hear that because I need my sex.
Okay. So if
So he
you
become depressed. Hold on.
mm-hmm.
He become depressed. That's why I talk
Mm-hmm.
about man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Most men are depressed. He
Mm-hmm.
become depressed. He goes, why I here in this marriage and I can't even jump on top of my woman.
So
Now watch this.
mm-hmm.
Now watch where I go in this. So the next phase,
Mm-hmm.
he start asking,
Mm-hmm.
and the the wife starts saying, Well, you know, yeah, like I put the children to bed, and then you trouble, trouble starting. Watch now.
Mm-hmm.
Then when she comes to bed,
Mm-hmm.
the second note is, hurry up, because I gotta go get my hair fixed. I gotta go to work in the morning. I gotta sleep. Watch now.
So, so there is a lot of demands,
Yes.
a lot of unmet
So if the
desires,
man, go on, go on.
and you see, go ahead.
And
No.
if the man
Uh-huh.
now start feeling this way,
Mm-hmm.
he is not a woman. Remember now, he's a man.
Mm-hmm.
So his attitudes change. He's now thinking all kind of things in his head. Well, you must see you have somebody else you can't do, or you must see taste someone there. You know, he start thinking all the stupid thought. Now watch now.
I like
And
the
what,
word stupid because
yeah.
that's exactly what
And
it
when
is.
when stupid thoughts creep in,
Mm-hmm.
all the snakes show their head.
Mm.
Once they start showing their head, turmoil in the house.
But
So now wait, and then I gotta let you do.
mm-hmm.
So the man become depressed because he feel that all this years I married this woman, and all of a sudden things change. See, because you can't change halfway on me. So one thing, he start getting depressed. This is why I talk about depressed. Once he gets into depressed, it fester everything else now. Everything else. I don't want to be home. I don't eat your food. I don't. He got complaints about you. Everything. You're getting fat. No, he could have taken. He could have taken your fatness, but now you're getting fat. It's all that's coming into play.
Exactly. So
And
bitterness kicks in.
yes,
You call depressed. I call
depressed,
it
and you
bitterness.
could take it from there.
And you know, Tony, the thing that as you spoke, the only thing I could see is why is it that as couples more things are not done together? What is wrong with me and you preparing dinner? Makes the process faster.
Yeah.
What's wrong with whilst I'm preparing dinner, you're helping with sorting the children out?
Mhm.
The woman shouldn't have to be the one doing the cooking, the sorting of the children, the packing of the lunches. There are things, and that is why it's called a family unit.
Yeah.
You unite in all spheres, making the family a whole unit, meaning that instead of you sitting down flipping through the newspaper or flipping through the TV channel, honey, what can I help you with? Or shout out to the child, come here, did you complete your homework? It's a shared responsibility, and you will never have to worry about your shortage in the bedroom because that woman feels so connected to you by the fact that you are doing and you're sharing the load of raising the children and keeping the family together.
We almost close, right? So I'm going to throw these words at you because I want to hear you. See, for the women out there, I want to hear you. We're talking about motivating men.
Sorry.
Could you now watch this word? Because the mosquitoes coming up. Could you define happiness for me?
Happiness?
Yeah.
Happiness to me is a state of satisfaction with the way your life is going.
That's what it is.
Mhm.
The way it's going.
A state of satisfaction with the way your life is going.
So what you're saying, you could define your happiness
by looking at how your life is going.
So you go in a happy place.
It puts me in a happy place when things are going well.
Besides all the people around you, and all people walks around you and all that. So it's a rebound. Your happiness is where you put everything aside and everybody aside, and you just live the life that you want to live and rebound and rebirth anew, right?
Or you flourish.
You flourish. Well,
state of
same everybody. Yeah,
flourish,
better than you. Flourish. Okay, sorry.
Valencia Fernanda. Hi, Valencia.
Hey, Valencia.
She said that shared family, teamwork.
Yeah. Oh, she talking about teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Okay. I don't.
Family united.
I believe teamwork, but I believe
Mm-hmm.
in a team, everybody have the individual role. I don't believe. See here when people say teamwork, teamwork. You know what's watch this now, Valencia. I go right to Valencia. Valencia, listen to this, and you could reply to me. You know what's happened in family and teamworks? Most times, everybody doing the same thing.
So that means that the roles are not clearly
Fine,
defined.
yeah,
That's what you're saying.
because in in a in a family, most times the man and the woman trying to be the boss.
Let's take the boss. Let's take the boss factor out of it
No,
and look
you missing.
at the.
No, don't miss the point. Don't just see. Don't just think. Don't be low minded and what. Just look where it's going.
Why you say?
The
Why
boss.
you ain't hear what I say?
No, no, no. See, you jump. Let's don't deal with that. Go on.
No, you said that everyone's
Trying to be the
doing the
boss.
same thing,
Mhm.
and the thing that you call the same thing is being the boss.
Yeah.
But I am talking about the everyday chores, responsibilities, and routine that keeps the family functioning as an effective unit.
Yes, but
And then you say there are defined
yeah,
roles.
and
So,
when
what
you
are
don't
the defined roles?
yeah, when you don't define the role in marriages,
Mm-hmm.
you have a problem. See, I'm not talking about woman be submissive. That's foolishness. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm talking about, the woman has to understand and know that the man is the head of this house.
I
And
think most women
and
expect that.
I don't think so. Sometimes see, because woman is be so disappointed
Mm-hmm.
in how things going, because men screw them up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So woman to save her sanity or save her,
She take over,
she take over.
but she
But
don't start out in that
no,
position.
but that's the problem. See, you don't take over. You push his backside. See, you do what you have to do to keep the family going if you have to.
So therefore,
But then you
need
come right
to
back at that
have-
moment. You
Uh-huh.
come right back and you say, you know what? I can take this role, but I won't do this. This your job.
Mosquito
Yeah.
eating all your
It,
blood.
yeah. This your job. And I believe, see, my cry today is this. Woman too emotional to lead. Woman could run an office. Woman could, yes. But when it comes to the family structure, see, that should be a man. And I tell you why. A woman could have a man live with her and
Mhm.
become a man. Listen what I say now. A woman could have a man live with her and become a man. But a woman can't teach a man. The whole totally
What
different.
do you mean he could become by living with her?
A woman could give to say to him, this is what man do. This is how man this. You brush your teeth, you bathe.
Come
you-
on.
Hold on. A woman does that with their sons very well. Give them the props.
Oh, I
But
thought you was talking about her husband or the man who
no,
comes
I'm
in to
talking.
live with her.
No, I'm talking about a man, son. And but a woman can't teach a man to be a man.
I don't think a man could teach a man to be a man either. No.
Well, let me say this to you. I'm a living example. Stand on my 2 feet that my mother and my father teach me.
They taught
And they
you.
taught me.
Yes.
They also cut my backside.
but
So I do it right.
but becoming a man, you, Anthony Williams, had to take from what they gave you.
Mm-mm. No. That's a style of a man.
No,
See,
no.
hold on,
no.
wait.
That's
Anybody,
the style of
hold
existence.
on. Ain't everybody's man. Not because they got penis in the translate man.
Exactly.
So hold on.
That's what I'm
So
getting
that's a
at.
style of a man.
No.
No.
That is
Hold on.
exactly what I'm getting at. Not because you have the male organ, sex organ, does
That don't
not
make
make
you a
you a
man.
man.
Right.
And because your parents taught you, that still don't make you a man.
A man will teach a man. Let me explain this. If a man doesn't get teaching in his house, he get it from his friends. He get it from his job. See, hold on now. Ain't no
But you
woman.
hear what you say though,
Yeah,
Tony? Did
yeah.
you hear what you said?
What I
And this
say?
is the point I'm getting at.
Mhm.
You say he get it. He has to take it.
Yes, he has to get it from somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, but ain't no woman. That's what I'm saying.
You may be surprised.
Listen. A woman only can go so far with a man. When you see
A
a
man could
decent,
only go so far as well.
yeah, but when you see a decent, respectable man who stands up on his 2 feet, who could be counted,
Mm-hmm.
a man. He followed a
He had
man. He had a role model, somebody that he followed, he
and guess
watched,
what?
and he that is key.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. So what
no
I'm
woman could do that
what
though.
you're saying is no woman could exemplify the
A man.
role of a man.
Okay then. But let's say it that way.
Okay.
Make you feel better.
Because at the end of the day, it
Okay.
has to be
Well,
the individual. You
right.
had a saying you could take a horse to the well, but you
Well,
can't
it
make
coming
it
to
drink. It's the same thing with me becoming a woman. My mother could emulate, but it takes me to determine that that is what I want to be.
And it coming to the end of the show, and we were talking about how to motivate, and we were talking some stuff that he might be depressed. These signs you don't see, it could be normal, doing everything normal, but these guys have some issues because men don't really talk because men think that he shouldn't talk to you because you ain't listening anyhow.
Valencia say women can teach a man. Some men need guidance.
Yeah, but I still say my
But
in your
you
I
you
don't think
have
so.
you. I
Yeah,
think we're saying the
yeah,
same thing.
same thing.
It's just that
But
the way, yeah, that I interpreted it
and before we
and way you
close,
interpret
yeah,
me.
different, yeah.
Yes.
And before we close, because we got a song close here,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta going back to the man again, and we talking about you gotta have a man to really become motivated, uplifting, and all this to
Mm-hmm.
be really, really get him up and running.
Mm-hmm.
He gotta have what we call my words. You never heard this before. A root healing. You gotta have that root healing. He
Mm-hmm.
gotta go like back to the soil, back, basic. Get that root healing to understand that this woman trying to motivate you. See, if he don't have that root healing, he will never, he will never get it.
And you know what? I love the term that you
Root,
use
root
because you
healing.
have to be grounded. But guess what?
Mm,
What is also important as it relates to that root healing
mm,
is it allows him to give up the resistance and the macho because as you well know, women that love a man always seek to support, uplift,
mm,
motivate, right? And assist. I'm gonna use
mhm.
assist in addition to support because I could support you without assisting you. But at the end of the day, you have to let me in.
There you go. That's where that root healing comes. A root healing to understand that this woman loves you, understands that this, if you don't be compassion, if you don't take care of this woman, if you don't do, see, these are the things so that woman could now humble herself. See, most time a woman ain't gonna humble herself to a fool. See, woman becoming more educated than men, and so women are now finding out that most of you men who sitting on your laurels ain't won't go nowhere. And so woman ain't falling some of y'all. So this becoming a serious issue. That's why woman is dating woman now. See, you gotta sorry, but this is very true in the country. Because if we don't be careful, we can lose all the women. Because we now in competition with other women taking women. And so we gotta go back to that root healing and develop our sons to understand that hey, when you take this woman to be your wife, you have to be the leader, be the priest, be the lover, be the financier, be a whatever. And so that's what we got to do. Then the second thing, because we soon gotta go fast. The second thing, we gotta have, you're laughing. You want to share that joke? We gotta have that spiritual development.
Yes,
That's the
that's
key.
key.
See, you could say what you want. Marriage is suffering from not putting God first. And most men, we talking about men now, most men suffering from a spiritual development. See, because we're not even going to church. You know that men don't go to church. We cut that off a long time. Only crazy women go to church. And so that's what they say. So don't beat me up. And so men with their spiritual development could learn the understanding of forgiveness. See, most men don't forgive. Because if you, I can say it raw like I ain't beating the bush. See, if you go there and screw a man and your man ain't gonna forgive you, woman might forgive you. Man ain't gonna forgive you. He say he forgive you. But in the back of his brain, he got that in store. That's like you got on prayer in the back of your head, and when something happens, you pull that prayer out. The plane crashing, you're in the plane crashing, you start pulling that prayer out. Yeah, that's what manners do. They don't forgive you when you go there and screw up. But a man to go and have a baby, and stupid woman will take him back, and like I said,
The
real
loving
talk.
woman, the loving woman,
Loving what? Come on,
the
stupid
loving
woman.
woman will take
Real
him
stupid.
back.
Anyway, like, and then, last, and I'm gonna close with this. Go back to what I asked you. That's why I asked you the question.
What was that?
Most men are not happy.
Hmm.
Most men,
Are not happy with themselves.
yeah, most men ain't happy generally with themselves. Most men got a dream in their head, and they keep it in their head. Check it out. This your husband. Check it out. Put him to test. You got a dream. Let me give you a dream. Let me give you one of the dreams. Honey, you know I can also open a business. Dreaming, that's stay in your head. Honey, you know, boy, I'll buy a brand new car. And you know, I can build one house and I can put you in and 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 then I can take you on this weekend. You know what? I, I can you ain't got a way I can do this and I can do that. They got a dream. I can add a piece on those. Everything's a dream. Most men,
Men, dreamers.
most men dreamers. And
Mm.
the dream die right here. Most men. And that's why women become frustrated.
And take the lead.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because most men, even if they dream come to vision, men take so long to put it in place. And
And women and women don't have no patience.
right, and women don't. How you know where again is coming?
You already said it.
And
must
women
be 3
don't have
times in
the
the show.
patience. They don't have the patience.
Hi, Barrow.
They want it. Hey, Barrett, they want it now. Everything fast, quick. McDonald's, Burger King. That's what women get all the children. All the fast, quick, fast food, fast. Everything fast.
Rapid turnover.
Now, the lesson today: men are not women.
Yeah.
And when you make a man become a woman, you're in trouble. That's my key. That's me right there. That's why I do not make men women. Because when you make a man become a woman, nothing get done. Let me explain and then go. I can hit and run. If you make a man become a woman, he only moving with emotions. Like you all move. He ain't got nowhere to go no time soon. Because a woman will have a man for a million years and she will live right in the old house with the leaking, complaining. And the woman stay right there. Most women. So when you make man a woman,
Mm-hmm.
you got two women. And only row happen, only trouble. The relation goes nowhere. The relationship don't grow. The man ain't gonna grow. You ain't gonna. So the lesson today to motivate these men, you has to be a teacher. A woman has to teach. Help teach him because he probably didn't have the background. He didn't go, he ain't what? Deep rooted. I know you want to say I will say it too, but I ain't gonna say it. So
What?
I will say exactly what you laughing, I will say
Nah, I laughing because
I know what you want to say.
You
I twist it. Yeah, I know. You think I fool?
You do a 360
Yeah,
degrees.
because I twist it. I know.
But it's true.
It's
It
true.
is true,
Yeah.
right? And we were saying the same thing. We just were saying it
Different. Yeah.
differently. But yes, and patience. I know women generally, Bahamian women know what they want and they know how to go after it and get it. Unfortunately, the same pretend game that Tony accused women of being guilty of is what men actually do. They pretend to got have this all under wraps, and then you all in love with them because they do it for the full 9 yard until after the altar, and then bam, the door open and the real man appears.
That's
So
it.
the woman has now to begin teaching and begin to be patient because she done fall in love with this guy, and he ain't quite all that she thought he was. So now she have to rethink and reshape and rechart the journey to the happy ending that she's looking happily ever after. Because
Mm.
most women, we put a lot of emphasis not only on the wedding day as people think, we put it in knowing that our fairy tale, our Mills and Bones marriage is on the way.
Okay, I can say something here, and it might get back to the people, but I don't really care.
Mhm.
I don't care. I've been to a wedding, like I say this morning. Congratulations to Mr. Woodside and
And Mrs.
Mrs.
Woodside
Woodside
now.
now.
Hmm.
And so they had a beautiful wedding, and I've been there. And I'm going back to that. But two young people has now
Become one.
become one.
Hmm.
And like I said, I gave him a schooling. But something happened to this wedding this morning. I gotta talk. And I gotta straighten you people. These young people gotta get straightened out. If you're gonna have a wedding and you're gonna get married at 12 o'clock in the day, there's one rule you always remember: do not come late, because at 12 o'clock you have no excuse. Folks, I'm gonna tell you this. I've been to this wedding this morning. This wedding started 2 o'clock. We sit there for 2 hours waiting on this bride.
Wow. Was it worth the wait? Was
And
she gorgeous?
she was gorgeous when she come, but guess what? It's a sign of a beginning. You're 2 hours late. It's just a
bad
beginning.
signing.
It ain't no bad sign.
Make the man wait.
Ain't no
Make the man wait.
ain't no bad sign. What it is, if you come 2 hours for your wedding, think about 2 hours. Think about what I said. Now let us think. 2 hours late for your wedding. This your biggest day of your life.
Because the next one you ain't gonna know about.
Right.
Everybody else can know except
Right.
you.
And you come late. And you just have a new marriage. And you have your husband waiting for 2 hours. So now you have your husband waiting for 3 and 4 hours now. So, so you start off wrong. you start off wrong. See, and these are the things you gotta always
Nip in the bud.
Yeah, always
Nip it in the
remember.
bud.
See, these are the things you gotta remember.
Start
So
out right.
if you come 2 hours late, so the rest of your life, I accept that as I the husband. That means if you come hour late for pick me up, that's the trend. So you start off wrong.
Mm.
So young people, when you putting things together and you doing things will happen.
They
But
always do.
there's no excuse for your first day of the marriage. Be 2 hours late.
Show up on time.
And try to be on time. That's the key. And
Mm.
try to live by your word. If you give your word, die with it. I can be there 12 o'clock. Try to get there 12 o'clock. Wake up from 8 o'clock to get your face done.
Okay, Tony.
Anyway,
Well,
that's your tip for the day.
yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, liking
Anthony's,
us, and
Valencia,
all of that. Yeah, it's good to see you all.
whoever in the
And next
background.
week, same time, same place. I'm sorry, Tony. The mosquitoes had you for a fueling station.
Yeah, well,
But the rain brings mosquitoes.
good blood.
Yeah,
Good one.
ladies, gentlemen, thank you again. See you
Thank you. The
next week.
mosquitoes eating
Same
us
time,
alive.
same place.
Thank you very much. Have a good day and enjoy your marriage.
And continue to stay safe. COVID is still out there,
Mhm.
wreaking havoc in the lives of all of us.
Yes. Have a good day.